everyone, welcome back to Unicorn Dust Design. If you're new to my channel, thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Sammy, and on this channel we do DIYs, wood signs, and there's always tons of laughter. Today I just wanted to show you some quick and easy Mother's Day signs and maybe some crafts. Haven't decided yet, so stay tuned and let's start crafting.
So for this one, we are going to start off with a 6x6 piece of wood. Now, pro tip, measure your wood because a 6x6 actually measures out to be 5.25 by 5.25, sometimes 5.5. And that goes for any size of wood. So when it says like 2x8, things like that, okay? So we're going to take Ballerina Pink by Waverly, and I am going to take my stencil brush from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to give it a messy coat. I'm going to do the front, the back, and the sides. I am going to do the back of this because it will be a freestanding sign, meaning the person will be able to just stand it up and they don't have to hang it on a wall. Of course, you could put a sawtooth hanger on it, but we're not going to need that. So after we're done with this, I'm going to take my IOD stamps. I get these from Bonda at thepaintedheirloom.com. This is a part of their crackle pack. It comes with 4 different crackles in the stamp set. I am using their stone gray ink pad. Look at how cool that looks. We get the crackle without having to use any of the different mediums. And then I'm going to apply just a little piece on the side. Oh, just that added detail is everything. So after we're done with this, I am going to take my design that I made, and I'm going to take a stencil brush with Elephant Gray by Waverly, and I'm going to stencil that on. Now keep in mind, if you are part of my membership group, then you have access already to all of these Mother's Day designs that I did on the Cricut. So I hope you enjoy them. All right, after that, I am going to do 2 coats of this color here. Once it dries, I will go ahead and peel back that stencil vinyl. This is Aura Mask 813. And look at, ooh, no bleeds. And then I'm just going to weed out all those nooks and crannies of our letters. Now, you can leave it like this, but you guys know I always got to do just a little something extra. So what I'm going to do is take my IOD molds. I'm going to take my air dry clay, and I'm going to dust some cornstarch on there first so we don't have it sticking. And once I do that, let's get that air dry clay out. You can also use hot glue in your molds as well. So that's also an option. But I'm just going to stick this clay in there, and then I'm just going to rub the excess off to the sides. And this mold has these beautiful little birds, which I knew would be great. Then you're just going to get that mold, and you are going to pop those little babies right out. I'm going to clean up the edges of them. I just wanted them to look a little cleaner. Now, while these are still wet, I paint mine. I don't know if you're supposed to do it or not, but that's how I do. So I am going to paint them with that Ballerina Pink, and then I am going to set them aside, let them dry. Once they dry, I'm going to come in with a gray wax and dust that over my birds. That way all of the little details, and let me tell you, there are tons of details in these tiny birds. It's insane. So then taking my Starbond glue, I'm going to attach those to the side. I was having such a difficult time holding these. Yeah, that one plopped right down. But look at that little added touch. For me, it is all about details. Like just that little extra step can take something from that's so cute to, oh my gosh, that's gorgeous, I need it in my house. So you guys, that is it for this one. It turned out absolutely gorgeous. It is one of my favorites out of this video. That crackle effect is gorgeous, the gray and the pink, the simplicity of it. And I think your mom would definitely get the message with this wood sign. So I hope you enjoyed it.
All right, you guys, that was the first Mother's Day DIY. I am all about wood signs for Mother's Day. They're quick, they're easy. You don't have to have wood either. You could be using Dollar Tree signs and so forth. So use the bones of these and get creative with it. For all of my members out there, thank you. And also I will be posting all of these designs on the membership group, so you have access to them right after this video airs. And I just wanted to say happy Mother's Day to everyone out there that is celebrating this beautiful day. If it were not for my children, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today. They complete me. They make me strive to be a better person. And for all of you women out there that are struggling and you're waiting for your rainbow baby, don't lose hope. Don't give up. It is out there. And if it doesn't come in the form of your own pregnancy, there are tons of babies that would love to be a part of your life. So my heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to all of the mamas out there. Great job. You are killing it and slaying it every single day. And with that said, you guys, let's go ahead and get back into this video.
This next one is going to be 8 by 24. I had pre-stained this and never used the piece of wood, so, you know, use what you got. And I am going to paint this with Linen White by Rust-Oleum. Now, remember, you guys, if you don't have wood on hand, you can make all these signs using Dollar Tree items. So keep that in mind. So we are going to paint the front and the sides. I'm not going to paint the back because the wood is stained. It looks presentable, so I figured it was good to go. Next, I'm going to take this I took it outside, sanded it down with 220 grit sandpaper. That way I got all of those brush strokes and it left me with a nice, clean, smooth surface so we don't have any bleeds under our stencil vinyl. Now I use Oramask 813 stencil vinyl and I use Transfer Ease transfer tape. Both of these are in my Amazon store located in my description box. So we're going to take that off. I just eyeball things, you guys. I'm not a measurer person. So, you know, sometimes things come out crooked. It is what it is. But this one, it's cursive. So, I mean, you can't really mess up. Now I'm taking the new blue from Waverly. You guys, I forgot what it's called. Night Sky, I think. But I will tell you, it looks exactly like Nantucket Blue from Folk Art. So if you do have that in your collection, you do not need to run out and buy this color. But I am just using my stencil brush from Dollar Tree. Usually I would use my foam roller on something this big. However, since I had such a small container of this paint, I didn't want to waste it. So I decided to go with the stencil brush. I'm going to do 2 coats of this paint on here. We are going to let it dry in between coats. I just use my heat gun on my cool setting. Then we peel it off. Dun, da, da. And it's the magnificent reveal when there's no bleeds and it looks fantastic. So we're going to weed all of our nooks and crannies out. I do spray it with a clear matte by Rust-Oleum. I sprayed it twice. 2 healthy coats. Now I attach my D-hooks. These are also in my Amazon link. And I love D-hooks for signs you're going to hang things on because they have a lot of weight and you don't have to worry about it going crooked on you. Next, I'm going to take these little clips and I'm going to screw them in. Now, you can use twine and then just staple it to the back or hot glue it if you're using like a Dollar Tree sign, and then use clothespins. I like these. They're a little bit more heavy duty. It kind of looks cleaner to me. Just watch when you're screwing these in because as you're holding it in place, when you put the screw in, it kind of moves your clip just a little bit. So keep that in mind, but I am going to put 5 total on here. I am keeping this for myself and I am putting it in my workspace because my kids always bring me down their coloring pages. So this would be such a great present for a mom with a kid, you know, like in elementary school, you change mom's brag board to Nana's brag board. So many ways you can go with this and I love it and that's why I'm keeping it. All right, this next one, you guys, everything happens for a reason. So taking this piece of wood, I believe this is a 6 by 12. I'm going to paint it with Rich Black by Folk Art. I am going to do the front, the back, all of that. And then I'm going to let it dry. Next, I take these Folk Art rub-on transfers. This was my first time using the Folk Art rub-on transfers. Now, I cut out the one that I wanted, and I am going to apply that just like we do any other rub-on transfer. You can use your Cricut scraper, a library card, doesn't matter. Just go over, you're going to press down very well with it. You're going to lift a little at a time. If some is still stuck on that paper, you just place it back down and keep rubbing. So after this, you guys, I took it outside and I sprayed it with the clear matte by Rust-Oleum, okay? After it dries, I come in, I get my permanent vinyl, which you see me doing here. I put it on, and then, oh my word, do you see that? The transfer comes off with the transfer tape. And that transfer tape is not heavy duty, y'all. So like, I was like, how do I make this work? I tried making it look rustic. I was like, no. So I take off the vinyl and I go outside and I sand it down, and it comes out looking gorgeous. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Everything happens for a reason. This was meant to happen because this looks way better with it sanded down. So I stuck the transfer back on. I didn't think you needed to see that. And this time I put 2 coats of my clear satin spar urethane, water-based, on here. Let it completely dry. Then did my vinyl once again. A little piece on the corner came off. But other than that, nothing happened like it did before. Then since my wood had natural wood chips on the back, I decided instead of putting a sawtooth hanger, I was just going to tie some twine up and staple it to the back. And look at how gorgeous the wood grain is, the distressing, that beautiful yellow against the black. And mom, oh my gosh, your mom would love this. Mom is the heart of the family. Love it. All right, this next one I'm keeping too. This was a scrap of wood. It's like a huge block. I don't even know what this wood would be called. And I am taking Plaster by Waverly. And again, you guys, you do you. If these aren't your colors, if this isn't your vibe, use the idea and use like your own graphics and creativeness. But I just want to show you the concept behind it. So I'm going to paint the front, the back, and the sides because this is going to be another freestanding sign. After that, I'm going to take my Dollar Tree twine. I'm going to hot glue a piece of it to the back of my piece of wood. Now I'm going to go around it 4 times, nice and straight, and I'm making sure that I'm holding this very tightly. I do not want this twine loose at all. Then I go around it like 4 more times, but a little bit more messy. And then I stop and I'm like, oh, this is a boho vibe. I need to add something else. So I grab my natural wood beads and I am just going to string them on to this piece of twine. I put about 5 on. I don't glue them down, so like you can actually move them, group them together, whatever you want to do. I just make sure that twine is nice and tight, and then I'll tack it off on the back with some hot glue. So after that is done, I take my design that I made, and for my members, I know I already released these designs. I'll give you another link because I put this one in there too. So I'm going to take the rainbow and I'm going to do the rainbow first. I don't know how to work my Cricut. I'll learn. Okay, so using the stencil vinyl, I'm going to do 3 different colors. And if y'all didn't know, this is my vibe for Baby M's Nook. So yeah, I'm definitely keeping this for sure. And I'm using Mustard by Arteza. This is like their outside acrylic paint. I'm going to do 2 coats of each color. Then I took like a bunch of different pinks. I think I took hazelnut, sandstone, which were like browns, and then Diva pink acrylic paint, and made this beautiful like mauve pink color. Now this next color is sandstone. This is the new color from Waverly, so you can see how light It is. It is like peachy, peachy tannish. I don't know. It's like the perfect neutral color. So if you do see the sandstone in the new Waverly colors, pick it up because I feel like this is going to be a hot color to use all year long. So you could see how it looks against the plaster. Love it. So after that's dry, I'm just going to add one final addition, and that is going to be putting Mom on here. I love this. This comes out so cute. And I'm just going to use hazelnut for this color. And like I said, if the rainbow isn't your vibe, like put flowers or a butterfly or whatever like your mom represents to you, that is what you can put right in this space, or just a saying. And this is how it turned out. You stick your photo right in that twine, and I love it. It makes me smile so big. I cannot wait to put a photo of myself and baby M in there, and it just goes with her nook so well. All right, this is our last one. So this is an 8x8, or if you wanted to get technical, 7.25 by 7.25. And I am going to paint it with plaster once again. Now, this time I am doing a nice clean coat. So I don't want this to be distressed looking. So I do 2 good coats of this. And then I'm going to grab some napkins that my girlfriend Holly sent to me. They are so gorgeous. And I thought the eucalyptus branches were too thick. So I ended up cutting the branch in half so that I could use one on the top and one on the bottom. So I cut that. I take the 2-ply apart. And then I'm going to take my Cricut scissors. These are actually great for detail work. And I'm going to cut all of the excess white off. You want to cut as much of that off as possible. Our background is white, so it's not going to be like too crazy if you don't get everything. Then I'm going to get our Mod Podge. I'm going to put a thin layer to start off. I like to put Mod Podge on my piece, not the napkin, because then it gets crazy. And then I'm going to pat this down. Now, I was watching the DIY struggle, Brandy, and she actually uses a sponge to like pat down her decoupage, which is pretty genius. I need to get that. I'll attach her down below so you guys can check her out. But I'm going to do this to the bottom. And then I'm also going to do the same thing to the top of this. Now, I decided to clear mine with my clear Spart urethane. I don't know what, I think it looks better than Mod Podge. Mod Podge, you could definitely use it. I just feel like it looks gunkier or like filmy. I don't know how to explain it, but I like the look of this clear better. So after that, I take the design I made. This is also in the membership group, and I'm going to stick that on with black permanent vinyl. It says the only thing better than having you as my mom is my children having you as their grandma. So after that, I'm going to take some raffia, and we are going to wrap that around our hands about 3 times. And then we will take another piece and just wrap it around the center. Don't forget, don't forget, in June, I will come out with a step-by-step bow tutorial that will be in real time, and it'll go over all these bows that I use commonly in my videos. So that bow was a little too plain. So I grabbed some more raffia, and I'm going to kind of cut it into strips and then attach it to the back of this bow and just do another wrapping of raffia in the middle. Easy peasy. Now you could attach a sawtooth hanger, twine to this, whatever you want. I like it as a freestanding sign. I just feel like it could go more places. So I'm just going to hot glue my raffia bow to this, and we are done. I am going to send this to my mom. I think it's so beautiful. I love that green. The bow adds just another little touch to it. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed these Mother's Day wood signs. I hope they inspired you and got your creative juices flowing. And I wish you all such a very happy Mother's Day. And I will see you back here on Saturday. Bye.
Happy Mother's Day to all my unicorn crew. That's all I got. I thought there was going to be a really cool song with it, but I'm so crafty, crafty, crafty. I make people, people, people. I make beautiful people, people. And you make little beautiful babies. Well, I guess it's not just me. I guess I have to give credit to John too, but they mostly look like me. Okay. Anyways. Hey everyone, welcome back to, I don't know why I point like that. Should I have just said Happy Mother's Day and left it at that? Nee. I don't know. Whatever. That's what I wanted to say. So I meant it. All right, you guys. Okay, calm down. Getting all amped up on Mountain Dew. Okay. Hey everyone. Nope, that is the intro.